Isa ka bang negosyante na gustong magbenta online pero namamahalan at nahihirapan gumawa ng sariling online store? Paano kung sabihin ko sa'yo na pwede ka na magbenta online kahit hindi ka techie? May mura at hindi masakit sa bulsa na paraan para makapagsimula ka sa sarili mong online store. Tumatanggap rin ito ng credit cards and cash on delivery para sa mga orders. Nakakonekto sa mga kilalang delivery providers sa Pilipinas. At higit sa lahat, wala ka nang kailangang bayaran na interes at commission sa bawat benta. San ka pa? Gusto mo yon? Gusto ko yan!
Paano mo nasabi?
Lahat yan magagawa ng online store builder ng Prosperna.
Sige, masubukan nga. Paano ba simulan?
Ang gagawin nyo lang ay mag-set up ng account, mag-upload ng logo, at maglagay ng mga products. In just one click, konektado na agad ang mga payment at delivery partners nyo. Pwedeng-pwede na kayo sa e-commerce sa halagang abot kaya.
Ganun ba?
Ganun talaga. Kaya book ka na ng free demo at simulan na ang online negosyo para dumami pa ang benta. Lahat ng yan bigay sa'yo ng numero 1 online store builder ng Pilipinas. Mag-prosper na sa Prosperna!
Hello! Good afternoon, Prosper Nation and mga ka-MSME. I am Justin. I am your host for today for our Digital Happy Hour where we will share to you the latest digital trends, tech news, and digital marketing tips to help you and your business. So, kumusta kayo dyan? Hello sa ating mga viewers. Hello to everyone who's watching now. So, hello kay Kristen Pelayo. And to kay Nico Magalona. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and also comment your business name so we can give you a shout out. Hello daw kay Brother Nico and to our favorite CEO and co-founder, Sir Dennis Velasco. So without further ado, let's now introduce our CEO and founders, Dennis Velasco of Prosperna and Andrew Diamante of LazyLabs.
Hey, Justin. Hey, Andrew. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Hey,
what's up?
Dennis.
What's up, Prosper Nation?
Love it, man. Can't believe it's Wednesday, right?
I know. Yeah. Finally Wednesday, hump day. Oh,
Hump day,
amazing week.
Wild Wednesday, and we're all usually having happy hour, but here we are again. So great seeing you. What's going on in your neck of the woods? Maybe you can share with everybody a little bit about you and the LazyLabs background and also where you're at.
Sure. So, g'day guys. My name's Andrew Diamante. I'm the CEO of LazyLabs Digital Marketing. Honestly, there's lots of stuff happening with us. Just lately, we've been closing heaps of clients because honestly, there's a lot of need for it, especially now with the lockdowns, the ECQ, the bubble, basically. It's getting harder and harder for each business to function in the real world. Hence the need for digital. And that's where we really thrive. I think this is a great platform that we're really in. The tandem with us and Prosperna, we really help businesses get out there digitally and be able to sell and really prosper. Hence the name, right? But with us, lots of things happening. We're able to talk to clients here and there, and I think we're just amazed at the scale that we're able to do it now, especially with digital doors getting opened up to different countries, not only in Philippines, but it's an amazing blessing. But finding ways to really go around it and still do the things that we do, but now on a digital platform. So lots of things happening.
Yeah. That's good, man. Glad to hear that. And
Great.
Justin, speaking of businesses, I mean, clearly you're 300% focused on the Prosperna marketing and social media, but
Yes.
you have a little bit of a
Yes.
small business background of your own, right?
Yes. Aside from Prosperna,
Correct.
of course, I do have my own
Nice.
small business. It's a passion business of mine.
Wow.
I
Nice.
started is because I like working out, so I do sell women's activewear. So for our viewers who are women and who are into exercise, you can check out Just Fitness. How about in your end, Dennis?
Well, first, definitely go women in business power for sure. So I want to
Indeed.
give you some props for that. But wait, real quick, just to give a little shout out, maybe you, Justin, and Andrew can share with everybody just real quickly your Facebook page where they can find you guys, because there are a lot of companies, whether they're digital marketing agencies or whether they're women's active fitness wear companies. There's so many companies out there sprouting up. But the reality is we have to bring, our company, our brand into the hands of the customer, right? So take a minute and just give yourself a shameless plug. Where can people find you on our favorite topic tonight when it comes to Facebook?
Oh, you go first, Andrew.
Go, Justine.
Oh, I'll go first.
Oh,
Okay,
sure. Yeah, no.
Okay, so-
Go you.
Okay. So if anyone wants to find Just Fitness Activewear, you can check us out at Instagram, Facebook, as well as we have a Shopee account. It's Just Fitness PH Clothing.
Alright.
And how about you, Andrew?
For us, it's LazyLabs Digital Marketing on Facebook. We're not yet on Instagram. We're starting out on TikTok. So lots of things happening
Wow.
there soon.
Ooh,
Show
yeah.
us your favorite TikTok move, buddy.
Oh, mate. No,
Are you
I'm just
doing
kidding.
this these dance moves
Whoa.
on TikTok?
Yeah.
I think we need to save
Yeah.
that for the next digital happy hour. Is our top 3 favorite TikTok moves.
Oh, yeah, we could.
That's nice.
And our
I'm keen
intro
for
will
that. I'm
be
keen for that.
Andrew's TikToks.
Oh my
That's
god.
right.
And then Dennis does a backflip.
I'll try, just as long as the the ambulance is ready. I'm happy to give it a try.
Yes.
But well, good stuff, man. And today we're going to narrow the focus of our conversation to help the Philippine MSMEs out there listening. And this session, we basically set this up to really get straight to the point and help MSMEs out there with really the very specific details on how to succeed. And correct me if I'm wrong, but tonight we've got kind of 3 main things, right? Number 1, we'll be talking about what we're all 3 seeing in terms of consistent or changes in consumer behavior, especially when it might come to what's happening on Facebook and how people are marketing and selling and promoting their brand there, right? So we'll cover that 1. Number 2, we'll be covering, what are the, specific how-to steps and suggestions that, since we have a resident expert here, Andrew, who's helping hundreds of customers every day with social media and Facebook. I'd love to hear it from you on what's really working and what's not, because let's face it, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of people doing it wrong. And I love connecting with people on Facebook, but all I'm doing is connecting with them, and I end up receiving spam and just a bunch of sales pitches, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm just always avoiding that scary salesperson,
Very
And then
cool.
third, I think, really this is specifically for the Philippine MSMEs out there. So
Yes.
if you're out there and you're listening, we want to hear from you. What are the challenges? What are the questions? What are the specific things that you need help on that we can help you clarify, validate, or perhaps share with you some exact how-to steps so that you can succeed out there, right? So
Yeah.
did I get our agenda right today, guys?
Yes.
Nice. Bang on. Bang on.
That's cool. Well, so I don't know. Let's open it up then. What are you guys
Yeah.
seeing in terms of consumer behavior? Whether that be, obviously on Facebook, Instagram, just in general. What are you seeing customers doing when it comes to, the online world and interacting with MSMEs?
Just to lay things out, I think I'm definitely seeing a good trend of a lot of MSMEs definitely branching over and putting their products on Facebook now. Because I think back then, it was definitely a hard pitch for a lot of people to put their products, take photos of the products, put it onto social media, and do that whole e-commerce thing. Especially if you're like a traditional business, that's not in that's not in the books at all. But now I'm seeing a lot of MSMEs really put in the effort to, okay, let's take a better photo this time. Let's take a better photo with maybe a little studio. Maybe let's invest in a mini studio as well. Like I'm sure you would really relate, Justin, right? Like
Yeah.
you're taking more effort to really take a photo better now because it counts compared to like back then where you could just simply show it and the photo is just there for reference. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, agree. Actually, recently I've just been, for example, recently I just bought a ring light because I knew that I needed that. It's even if it's just
I
lighting,
agree.
it makes all
Yeah.
the difference for the sales, as well as I had to be also savvy in the trends. Usually it's before the posts are just selling, but now you have to get on with the trends. You have to be conscious of the behavior, how people perceive you, how people perceive your product, even just your photos. How about you,
Yeah.
Dennis, on the Prosperna side?
Especially
Well,
service, B2B.
I love that point that Andrew brings up, right? That attention to detail and that one extra step that a brand, an MSME, food and beverage online seller can take. It's that extra attention to detail and that extra step that really makes a big difference, just like anything in life, right? And everybody knows that already. And you can just apply things like that to digital, right? So, yeah, I think it is interesting because, obviously there's we won't spend our time focusing on all the downside of the pandemic, but clearly, it has taken something that dramatic to really change a business owner's behavior and way of thinking, right? So personally for me, it really starts with the mindset. I'm very much into the psychology of pretty much anything, whether it's the psychology of sports, the psychology of relationships, the psychology of marketing and business and people, right? For me, I am seeing, after now going into a new year, I'm seeing a lot of existing brands, traditional businesses, those companies who were going after the mall strategy, the traditional brick and mortar, they are now accepting and embracing change and are going online. Where, Andrew, like you said, it was more of an afterthought.
Yeah.
So
exactly it.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at one of our customers, Don Benito's. They have over 300 locations. Now, what's really smart about them is they stayed away from the mall strategy, but they embraced the traditional multi-location brick and mortar strategy and went as close as they could to the consumer. They would go into the direct neighborhoods with the mini store, right? They have 300 locations nationwide, and they were doing that very successfully. But imagine even them, who was maybe 100 yards from someone's house in their neighborhood. Now they have to go from that 100 yards. It's not close enough to the customer. They have to, again, get to right here into the palm of their hand, right? And they did that by now embracing a multi-channel strategy where they're trying to get found anywhere and everywhere their customer can be. But I love that point and that inspiration, Andrew, of taking that next one step of attention to detail, because it will be, for sure, much, much more competitive, right?
For sure.
Yes.
And I really agree with what you said, Dennis, earlier in terms of consumer behavior. It plays such a huge role, especially right now when we're all just seeing consumer behavior. Like back then, I think there were a lot of factors that really played into it in terms of maybe it's location, maybe it's like, you know, parking, maybe it's like, oh, my friends are mainly live on this side of the place, but now it's all digital. So those are kind of out of the way, but it's just more of, okay, what's the consumer behavior right now? What are they focused in terms of attention? And that's why I was actually bringing up TikTok casually, because this is the funny thing with TikTok. They got it right in terms of algorithm. Man, they're a game changer. Instagram is dying. Facebook is a staple, but it's kind of topsy-turvy. I think the ads are just hands down the best on Facebook. But no joke, I think the algorithm for TikTok is so good because they focus on consumer behavior. And especially what you do outside of the mix. When you bring that in, TikTok notices it and it analyzes everything, and it shows you in your For You page the things that you like. And don't get me wrong, there's lots of dances still. TikTok is TikTok. But
so let me ask you real quick. If I'm not a dancer, right, and I'm a small business guy,
yes,
what are the first three things that I could do after I create my TikTok account so that I can play a role in that ecosystem that might potentially help my business?
only 3 words: document, don't create. So document. Main thing there is just document what you do. Document the whole process of going from A to B. So for example, if you're a small business, let's say you cook for stuff for customers, and then you deliver it. Show that process. Show how it goes from the raw materials, and then really putting together that whole extra step of how do you package it up and how does it get to the customers. Or even like, for example, if you're selling products, even easier, because now you can talk about how you actually came up with the products, or how you came up with selling those products. Like, what was the inspiration behind it? It's all about narrative at the end of the day, because this is the key thing. If you're selling something, it needs to really show that you have that passion to sell it, because that's everything. Branding is everything. Like at the end of the day, like people will buy because they like it, but at the end of the day, they can choose from other places. What makes you different to sell that particular thing that you're selling, and what's the sustainability of it? Because at the end of the day, like for example, if you're going to be selling a service, there are multiple companies that are selling that service, but what's your unique selling point? And it goes back again to the connection between consumer behavior and what you do, because now you can really connect those two and find nice ways and trendy ways to really go about with it. Like I've seen multiple TikToks of them just showing how they cook their meals, and
And
it's
it's
like
just
15
hitting like
seconds,
a million likes.
right? And that's the cool thing with TikTok. You don't have to pay for it. You just shoot it. You just be creative with it. I've even seen a lot of TikToks with the behind the scenes of how they do a particular shoot. And it blows my mind because I'm like, whoa, like that's how complex they get that particular shot. But it looks pretty simple. Like you think it's CGI, but it's like, what? That wasn't CGI? So showing the behind the scenes goes a long way. And I think I think for all the MSMEs who are listening out there, the owners are watching it, the simplest way that you could really go about with it is just document what you do. Even off the bat, like just say, hey, look, hey guys, this is what our sales right now is. This is, what we're doing. This is the amount of stuff that you're putting out. And then you will look back after 1 year. You'll be amazed, like, whoa, a company's grown. Like, bro, that was us. And I think that goes a long way. Content goes a long way. Because now people not there because of the business, but people are there because of your story. Like, I think you hit something right on the head there, Dennis, when you said it's all that deeper purpose, right? It's all about that, that deeper purpose in terms of what you're doing, like the why of how you do it. And I think that's something that you could really show, and it shows through with your content. And the beauty of it now with TikTok is you could actually post it on Facebook. You could write an article on it and put it on LinkedIn. You could take screenshots of it. You could put it on Instagram. Like video is such a great platform. And you could even go as far as, hey, just compile everything and throw it onto YouTube. Now you've got a compilation that's like 15 minutes long with all your TikToks for like April or something. So yeah, it's an interesting place. And at first, I honestly thought it was like dancing and singing. I was like, nah, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not in that like Gen Z group. Like, I don't get it. But the more I saw it, I was like, this is interesting. Because there's like biz talk, edu talk. There's different hashtags that really cater to there's a lot of small business talk as well. And I think those are really nice ways to get ideas of how you can shoot for your business and how you can create content for your business. Because as a whole, like, I think even for Prosperna, like, I even see TikToks of 15-second videos of how they resolve things for their clients. So for example, it's like, hey, you want to sell something? Boom, 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 boom. That's how you sell it. See us tomorrow. And it's like, what? 15 seconds? You blew my mind. And then you do it again. It's a different angle again until something sticks and you blow away the people. Like, I think that's the amazing thing there.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Cheers, Andrew. If we were in a real happy hour, that's great advice. I would buy you a drink for that.
That's actually great.
Oh man,
Insights about
I'll grab that
TikTok.
pint. Yeah.
Justin, go ahead. What were you saying?
We do have a question from Nico Magalona. He's asking, can you cite at least one of the biggest challenges that we face of some of the MSME business, and how do we overcome on this situation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think the biggest issue that I see a lot of MSMEs doing is they like to hard sell. I think majority of the MSMEs.
Oh my God. Yes.
Right?
Drives me crazy, bro.
Oh man. The moment we get to see, like, okay, we sit down, we have an initial meeting, and it's like, okay, give us the lowdown. What are you doing in terms of marketing? So we posted a promo. We posted this one and that and this. I'm like, hang on. So you're posting all of these on Facebook, and then you get like one like, maybe, and then I think that this is the mismatch as well. So they hard sell, but they also invite all friends. So in that process, you lost your friends because you hard sold them your products.
Oh shit.
And that's the biggest mismatch that I've seen for a lot of MSMEs, and especially during pandemic time, a lot of the independent resellers, they don't know how to sell. And like, it's not their fault. Like I totally understand. It's a very interesting place that we're in, but the simplest way to really go about with it is it's best to start from scratch. Like, don't invite all your friends because they're not your market. Make your growth become organic, because now the moment that you see one person, even just one person that appreciates the stuff that you do, that's how you should actually create your content towards that person. Because I see a lot of MSMEs, especially the ones that are just really doing a side hustle here and there. They always try and create something that fits their friends. And, you know, I'm pretty sure Dennis knows about this one. Like, the amount of percentage that your friends would be interested in the business that you do is quite small, unless you met all your friends in a business network. Then that could be a different story. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that, guys?
That I think that's real world advice, and I love how you put how people are hard selling, and they're hard selling to their friends. So they're not only scaring away potential customers, but they're scaring away their friends. Yes. You won't be left with anybody.
Yeah, and it's such a cold world. Like, we're in a pandemic. You're already alone as it is. Plus, you're scaring your friends because you want to. And this is even the worst part about it. They tag their friends. Like, don't tag your friend. Like,
don't ever
honestly,
do that.
If I were to just request something, don't tag your friends, guys. It's pretty tricky because now, like, you're posting already something that scares them off, right? But then you tag them, so you force them practically to interact with what you tag them, and it's pretty awkward a lot of the times. Think of it like it's the digital way of going up to your friends and selling them, like, hey, you should buy this one. You should buy it. Like, you should buy it. I know you like this. You should. And it doesn't work. It doesn't really work. So,
but I do know from experience that, some, especially small businesses, do hard sell because they really don't know how to make content, or they're not. So maybe you two can share a little bit of content tips, or how to make your not hard sell, but how to make unique content that that people will notice. Because I know that's one of the reasons why some of the small businesses do hard sell.
Yeah, great. A good add-on point there, Justin. It is about content. And if I was going to combine what Andrew had mentioned, about not hard selling, and I think Miss Ina had a question. I'm going to try to tie some of this together, because her question is it possible for nano enterprises in grassroots communities to grow through online selling? Right. So I think that's all kind of related. So good, timely question, Miss Ina. But so here's what I would do, and here's exactly what we do. Right? Is we have a 3+1 rule. So Miss Ina, the answer to your question is yes, you can, as a nano enterprise, be successful in online selling through grassroots communities. But you should approach it like Andrew and what Justin said, which is this. If you take the 3+1 approach, which is step number 1, give valuable information, right? And valuable information is content, right? Yes. And that could be some examples of what, like Andrew had mentioned. It could be, hey, show me how you make cookies, right? That's valuable. Show me how you will package my cookies if I order them.
Yes.
Right? That reduces the fear of somebody messing with my cookies if I place an order. Right?
Goes a long way.
Step number 2. Step number 2, give more value. So remember, step 1 is give value. Step 2, give value again, right? So now take your content to a whole nother level. Maybe share a customer success story, right? Share, hey, these families in your nano root community are also buying my cookies, right? That shows that there's value. You're not selling, your customers are selling. All you're saying is something like, all I do is love making these home-baked, fresh, crunchy on the outside, gooey on the inside cookies for my neighbors, right? So that tells someone that I'm here to serve you, my ideal customer that's in my community, right? Guess what step number 3 is? Give value again.
That's the one.
Hey, Andrew,
Amen to that.
smart, man. Exactly.
I love
Again,
it.
share another piece of content that helps people understand the law of the land. So tell people what's different about your cookies versus the average cookie that you can get at the grocery store. Even do a blind, this is what I think Coca-Cola and Pepsi used to do, right? Is they used to do those blind taste tests,
Yes.
right? Go out,
Yeah.
buy some
Which
cookies
one
from the
better?
grocery store. Yeah. How old are you, man? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Show my age.
Yeah, don't answer that. Go out, buy some cookies from the grocery store, and then make your cookies and put some neighbors to the test and have them choose what's the better tasting cookie. That's a great third example of piece of value, right?
Those free cookies can go a long way. Like, true, you gave away cookies, but that's just a little cost that goes a long way for great quality content that you're creating for your brand.
True.
Definitely.
So before,
Wait, Justin.
Yes.
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt. I know you got something good to say here, but we got to tell them what the 3. That was 3 plus 1, right?
3 plus 1.
Once you've given value through some form of content. Now, in my opinion, going back to what Andrew had mentioned, now you have earned the right to say, hey, it seems like you've loved watching me make and bake and share my cookies. I'd love to invite you to buy our cookies online. Here's the link. If not, that's okay. Right?
That's it.
Call to action, yes.
Anyway, 3 plus 1, baby.
give, ask. That's the one.
True.
That's it. All right, Justin, back to you. What were you going to say?
So thanks for that wonderful first half. But before we continue, let's all take a break.
Cool. All right, Prosper Nation and LazyLab Nation. We'll be back in a few minutes.
We'll see you guys in a bit. Peace out.
Hello everyone, this is Vincent Toribongolan. I founded eTech International to cover the demands in the online space, wherein we envision to deliver seamless, fastest, and cost-effective delivery of products and services.
Hi, this is Gretchen Ronquillo of Alasana, Manila. We'd love you to try our fine dinnerware and other dining items. Alasana, Manila brings to you beautifully curated items focusing on your home festivities. Please visit our website at www.alasanamanila.com.
Hi, this is Jonas from James and Daughters, and we would love for you to try our handmade noodles because we want you to have a long life. And that's why I'm inviting you to try our April promo called Buy One Give One, wherein if you order one of our handmade signature Hokkien noodles or Hokkien mee, we'll send you a second one to share to somebody you care about or somebody who deserves it. For more information, try jamesanddaughtersph.com, made possible by prosperna.ph. Thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Roberto Carlos Rapal, owner of Somas. Today, I'd like to show you our products such as Crazy Carabao, Monkey Eagle, Crow's Craft Brewery, and we also got liquors such as rum, gin, wines, and many more. But not only that, we also sell THC chips, locally made here in the Philippines. So hurry, come visit us at somas@south.com.
So we're
Oh my
back.
God. What a great video, especially for happy hour. Just enticing the taste buds and senses. Just a
Makes
quick
you grab
shout
a
out. Yeah. Or two, right?
Yeah. Hey.
Drinks on LazyLabs. Everybody,
Hey.
libre,
Oh,
libre.
happy hour.
Leave.
Real
on my
quick
tab,
shout
guys.
out.
I'll get the tab.
Yeah, real quick shout out to number one, those customers, those Prosperna and LazyLab customers, eTech International, Alasena Manila, James and Daughters, and the Boot Artillery and Somas. Man, I can't be more proud to see those MSME companies have the courage to put their brands out there, to have the mindset to take that action. You know, Alacena's, fine kitchenware, just beautifully designed and crafted plates, dishes. I mean, you would have to go to restaurants and spend lots of money to get that, right? But now you can get those beautiful designs and have the convenience of buying them online, right? And then things like James and Daughters, where I've ordered and gotten. I mean, the food tastes when it gets to my home. I mean, it seems like it's actually even more tasty when it gets to my house, possibly because the spices that they cook it in has time to actually simmer into the food, right? And
Nice.
shout out to Greg at the Boot Artillery. Fantastic job of making content, like you were suggesting, Andrew. That attention to detail, that video. I haven't seen that video. That's a pretty cool video. And
that
of
was
course,
awesome.
eTech. Everybody needs, technology services, help, and devices. And I'm not biased, but certainly love a good handcrafted beer from Somas. So, I mean, that stuff is legit. I haven't tasted handcrafted beer like that since I was back in San Francisco. So, I'm sorry, Justin, I took a little bit of time, but it was just worth mentioning that to those MSMEs. So I hope everybody in the Prosper Nation goes out and searches them on Google and on Facebook, and just does what they can to support them. But anyway, Justin, back to our agenda.
Okay, so as you mentioned before, we have our second topic is the Facebook ads. So I know that both of you are familiar already with the Facebook ads, and with the changes now of with everyone changing to digital. Can you maybe share a little bit of um how small businesses, especially they have limited budget, how they can maximize their budgets for Facebook ads, and what kind of creatives do you think would work the best for small businesses, because it's very saturated now in the market. So how can they
Sure.
differentiate themselves?
Gotcha. Yeah, I truly agree. I think you really made a great point in terms of saturation. A lot of people are doing exactly the same thing. And I think it's a question of, okay, how do you stand out from the crowd? How do you stand out from what you're doing? To be honest, I'll quickly share my screen if that's okay. Let me see if I can.
Oh,
share
cool.
this.
Go for it, man.
I've prepped a little something here, just so that we can really show people how should I put it? How we break it down in LazyLabs, like what's
go.
being concocted in LazyLabs. And I'd say the three main things that we actually have are, we've got three clubs mainly for the creatives. We've got the writing club, we've got social media managers club, and we've got a graphics design club. And the key things here is that we go into the intricate detail in terms of crafting content for our clients. Like, for example, with the writing club, they create a 1,200 word article that is perfect for being SEO ready in terms of, like, for example, if we were to put it on a website that's being created by Prosperna, they would love it because there's a lot of keywords that goes on to the site. Imagine 1,200 words on a weekly basis. You get this one onto your website. This is a breath of fresh air for a lot of SEO people who are, tweaking and optimizing your site. The other part is Social Media Managers Club. So we determine the best date and time for social media posting. We analyze, the dates, the times, which day is it best to post for you? Which time is it best to post for you? Because get this, every post, every page, it's very different. Sometimes you would have maybe a Monday. Sometimes you would need to post at 11 a.m. Sometimes at 12 p.m. But usually in Philippines, from what we've found, it's best to post at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. It's 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. Reason being, because there's always going to be a spike at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and a spike at 7 o'clock in the evening or 8 o'clock. So it gives about a 1-2 hour leeway before you get to the peak. So it's good to catch those people before it goes to the peak, because the idea is you don't want to post on peak because it drops down from there. So you want to post when it's close to the peak, which is 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock every day, if you can. But normally it depends on which days are best for you as well.
Yeah.
Next one is Graphics Design Club. So what we simply do in LazyLabs is, well, as the name suggests, we're quite lazy. So we create an overlay and we create this one out of your branding. And the best part about it is it doesn't need to be like, Photoshop or anything that you need to edit it, but you can simply put it on PowerPoint or, I don't know, any graphics software that that you can put text and photos over it and you're good to go. So for example, this is one of our clients, Cleaning Lady, shout out Cleaning Lady Philippines, great company. And basically with them, they just have their logo, they have some globs of soap perhaps, and then pretty much like a really nice opening for a photo. So you can simply put in a photo, put in text, and you're good to go. So that's the great part of what we really create for LazyLabs. And there's also a lot of other factors that we put in there. So we create and manage articles on the website. We optimize the social media post. You can boost the post so that you can go for targeted posting. And you can do weekly customized graphics to fit the article. Now, I'd say your biggest burning question would be, okay, how does this help an MSME? Because, we don't have the capacity to do this one. You can simply just post content, because this is the main thing with me, guys. If I were to have, a small business right now, I would keep posting content, because quantity versus quality is very subjective, whereas 100 pieces of content is still 100 pieces of content. One great piece of content might not be great to someone else. So I'd say your chances of really breaking ground would be with quantity. So if you don't know how to start, just post content. It might be really bad. It might not be the best looking one, but you will find out. Just keep posting it, because that's the thing. I think there was a small anecdote that I came across one of the days that there were basically two groups within a class that were instructed different things. So group one was instructed to just keep creating pots. So the goal was just create a lot of pots as you can, get it to about 100 in 1 month. The other group was told to create the perfect pot. So now they went out, and after 1 month, the perfect pot did not come from the group that were tasked to create the perfect pot, but it came from the group that was tasked to create as many pots as they can. And I'd say the simple lesson from there is you just keep doing things. Like you just keep repeating it. It doesn't need to be great. You just need to keep repeating it until you hit one point in time wherein you're just gonna say, "Oh, so this is how you do it," and then you get it from there, and then you refine it, and you'll see, because you actually see the comments, you see the likes, you will see a different kind of engagement where you're like, "Wow, I'm actually creating quality content now," and I think that's great for any MSME out there. You just need to create something. Just start from somewhere. It doesn't need to be anywhere. Just needs to start on your Facebook page. And then again, back to what I said, don't tag your friends, don't hard sell. Just document and don't create. Like just document what you do. It goes a long way.
Agree. Yeah, but actually, we do have a question from Ina relating to what you said again with the optimization. When it comes to the likes and comments of our ads or our content and posts, how can we turn this into sales leads? Do you have any
Yes.
tips?
So do you want to go, Dennis? Because
Go for it, buddy. You're our
maybe
resident
you could
expert,
share
and
some
then
info.
I'll add to it.
Sure. So pretty much if I were to go in with that, honestly, I would just really listen in deeply with what they're saying. A lot of the times, I think with comments, a lot of people shun it out, especially if it's like quote unquote hate comments. For me, I always actually analyze where it's coming from. Because this is the thing with everything that people do, they're not the villain in their story. They're not the villain in their persona. They actually like to be a hero a lot of the times, even though they're hate comments or something that is quite bash worthy or something. I don't know. All you need to do is just really analyze what they're saying. So, for example, if they're saying that don't believe in this one, um, they've got like a really bad design. Look into it. Okay, our design could be bad. Let's look into it. Let's focus on that. To be honest, if I were to really just look into what the likes and the comments mean, you just need to go an extra step to analyze the likes. You just go into a profile, explore what that person has been posting for the last few days. That goes a long way because now you know what kind of stuff they're interested in, what their political beliefs are, what their what they're saying to their friends, what they're tagging them for. And then the comments, of course, I think that's more direct to your products and services because now you just need to really look into what they're saying. And now from there, with a bit of analysis, you can then use those comments to turn that into pretty much like a campaign. So, for example, if someone's saying, "Man, this is perfect. I like this one because this is just in time for the heat," so just come up with a summer campaign. And now it could be like, I don't know, it could be something along the lines of, "Hey, quench your thirst with this water bottle because now this tin can go a long way. Hey, I don't know, reflect the sun off of this and quench your thirst with a little bit of juice that we've created from our factory." I don't know, something like that. But the main point is just really analyze what they're saying and really get to understand how you can really turn these into quality leads that you can then convert into sales. And who knows, they could
Yeah.
be a valuable customer in the future. Mm.
Yeah. Good stuff, Andrew. Just to add to that, and I love this question because the Philippines is famous for the comments. How
They
much
are.
pot, right? Available pot or what,
Yes,
right?
HM.
HM.
HM. My God, it's like so.
HM.
I'm gonna break it down to the very very tactical parts since Andrew covered the mindset part. When someone comments, that's the door opener to engage.
Yes.
That's the door opener to connect. So number one, you have to respond quickly.
Yes.
That's step number one. Okay. Let's just take, let's imagine that Andrew was a single guy out there, right? And a cute girl winks at him, right? And if he doesn't respond very quickly, is there going to be a potential, engagement there? Probably not, right? So step one, engage. Number two, again, it comes back to what we said, create value, right? You just want to say, hey, happy to help, and get them to start talking. Tell me about what you're trying to accomplish, right? And then if you've got good content, right, invite them to, hey, I'd love to share this piece of valuable ABC. It's on our Facebook page, and would be very grateful for if you see value in it, like our page. Because again, it might take more attempts to engage in a two-way conversation, right? But if you respond and engage in a two-way conversation, then you're creating a relationship. And online marketing and sales is no different than traditional. It's creating relationships, but it's through a different medium, right? Now, guess what happens, Ina, in the magic of responding fast, in the magic of engaging, and in the magic of them seeing value in your content and liking your page. That's when you turn on the Facebook ads, which everybody listening, Facebook ads in the Philippines is so affordable, even still.
It's so affordable, indeed.
Right? Compared to other modern countries.
Yes.
And so when you turn on your ads, right? And Andrew, hold me, accountable for this. But right, there's a method in which those ads can be shown to those people who have liked your Facebook page. So now your ads can do the automatic selling for you based on the relationship that you've built. To me, that's how you turn comments into engagements, engagements into likes and follows, and likes and follows into ads and sales and conversions. I don't know.
I agree. Hands down. One of the main things as well that really goes unnoticed as well is whenever people go and run these ads, by the way, with the one that you mentioned, Dennis, in terms of running an ad over the people that liked your page, you can absolutely do that one. And I think that's such an underpriced thing that a lot of MSMEs are not really looking into. And I long way if you're to really map out the audience based off of the people that engage in your post. Because I think this is the mismatch where a lot of MSMEs really fall short. They have this target market in mind, but it's not the target market that's engaging with them. So that's why there's a need to really look into those people who are engaging with your post. That's why I mentioned, like, go into their profile, see what they like, check out their profile photos. They could be a quirky
I love
guy.
it, man. You're a stalker, dude. But the great thing is, people are telling you what's interesting to them.
Yeah.
Yes. And now you get to confirm your target market. Because get this, I think there's so many case studies, but the one case study I always laugh at is, who here knows about My Little Pony? So My Little Pony is a kid show. This kid show is geared towards young girls, maybe, and maybe guys as well, like kids, basically. But then the biggest consumer of this particular kid show are middle-aged men who are 25 years old and about 40, 45. Men, single men who are really into the show. They create conferences. They make exhibitions. If My Little Pony didn't focus and target the market that engaged the most with them, they would have lost out on this particular market. And that's the funny thing. You don't dictate your market. The market dictates your market. And that's why it goes a crucial way if you really go into those people commenting, those people seeing your ad. Like, I don't know, you could just run an ad and have someone like, why am I seeing this one? And then maybe you could look into what there's posting and say, oh, okay, this person is not my target market. Okay, I will not run an ad for these people again. Because it could be like, I don't know, professionals in the IT space, and they might have a thing or two to say about you. So it's like, yep, we're excluding them in the filter, so now we're gonna run it for owners. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it really goes a long way, guys, to really understand your market, because that's now your true market. It's not your forecasted market. It's your true and legitimate market. They really engage with your posts, and it goes a long way.
True.
Good stuff, man. I love your stories and how you really, I can tell you get your hands dirty when it comes to helping your customers out there, because you wouldn't know these examples and have these stories unless you were in the battlefield, man. I love that.
Yes, you need to really get scarred and understand how it works, and then you can tell that tale.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We do have one more question before we wrap up, and it's again from Ina. And maybe Dennis, you can go first on this one, because the question is, when will we know if our business needs a website, or is social media okay for now?
Ooh.
Yeah. Well,
Go for it,
first, I think it's just like any business investment, right? That's the key word number one, is you should look at your own website, an online store, or any piece of technology, or opening up another location. You should look at it all as an investment. And when you look at it as an investment, then you can figure out how much does it cost in order to attain what amount of revenue. Now, when it comes to online selling, I would say this, to put that answer into measurable terms. If you want to sell more than 3 whatever you're selling per day, right, then you're going to have to be a real, build a real brand and differentiate yourself if you want to sell more than 3 widgets per day, right? Because by selling more than 3 widgets per day, right, let's say 3 times 30 days a month, that's 90. In order to get 90 sales, let's say you had a 10% close rate, then you would have to have about 100 conversations with someone, right? And then to have 100 conversations, you might have to have, I don't know, Andrew, maybe 500, 1,000 people visit your site or your Facebook page. Now, how on earth are you going to build a decent business to make a decent income by selling 3 widgets a day? You will need technology
Indeed.
in order to make your marketing, your competitive differentiator, and your sales process better, faster, more efficient, and, dare I say the word, you can make operating your business cheaper.
Sure.
That's what the purpose of technology is, whether it's a website, an online store, an inventory management system, a Facebook page, or whatnot. So I don't know, Justin, that's how I kind of think about it and kind of put it in measurable terms. I'm sure I'm curious what Andrew might think about that.
For me, it's mainly just the objective, like simply ponder about, okay, what are you trying to achieve? If you're trying to really put everything together, websites are perfect. Honestly, like the first company that I launched in Philippines, it was simply an e-commerce website, because it's the best way to really collate all the things that you want to sell, and you don't want to funnel it over to Facebook, because Facebook, like, it's a bit limited there. Like, if you think about the customizability, Facebook isn't the place for you. If you want, think of it like you want to shop. So if you want to customize your shop, go for a website. If you just want to sell and you don't want to go the extra process of developing the website, then just go Facebook. But this is the thing. I'd say definitely in this time of age, websites are key, especially if you get to a certain extent wherein Facebook doesn't cut it. Like, sometimes you might have a lot of orders and you need to respond to all them. Facebook doesn't really cut it. You gotta go. I think that's a good time where, like, okay, I think it's about time that we need to set up a website. I think we've got enough money now that we can conjure up to put together a website. But yeah, as I said, it all depends on your objective. What are you trying to achieve? A lot of the times we come across a lot of people saying, yeah, I got told I need a website. And it's like, yeah, what do you need? What do you need a website for? I don't know. I need to sell it for a business. And it's like, yeah, like you need to understand what it is that you're trying to do with that website first. Before, yeah, as Dennis said, before you go into the investment. Because a lot of the times that's where a lot of people get burned, because they go into this investment without knowing what to do with it. At the end of the day, guys, it's always a tool. Like these things that we're using, Facebook is a tool. The website is a tool. If you don't know how to use it, it's just going to be just wait. Like
it's a waste of money.
It's just going to go to waste. Indeed.
Yeah.
And even more so for a website, because it's waste of money, waste of time. You've put in all that effort to go into that and you're not going to use it. Might as well just, I don't know, just do direct selling. That could be an easy way.
Let me jump on that because, there's a big misperception in the Philippines and MSMEs that a website alone, an online store alone, will, get you to your goal and objective. And I'll be the first one to tell you that'll never happen. That's only one piece of the formula. If you open up a location of a brick and mortar store and you don't promote it, you don't get traffic, you don't do merchandising, you don't take great photos, you don't know your customer, you don't share, and find your, share your the value to your target audience, your traditional location isn't going to do anything for you either. And it's no different with in the online world, right? So it's just one piece of the pie. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Just gotta collect all the pie, guys, and then now you have a pie party, and that's how you can just thrive in the digital world.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I'm learning myself, and I'm taking notes of all the insights that you've had. And but unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. But don't worry, we'll be back next week with more digital trends and tips and tech news for you guys. So we'd like to thank you for attending our digital happy hour. And if you have any learnings or insights that you've learned from this digital happy hour, don't forget to tag us or use the hashtag MSME Digital Happy Hour. So I'm Justin, your host, and this is the CEO and founder of Prosperna, Dennis Velasco, and CEO and founder of LazyLabs, Andrew Diamante. And we'll see you on the next episode on Wednesday.
Go Prosper
Guys.
Nation!
Go Prosper
Go Prosper
Nation.
Nation. Peace out.